Do not throw the pen. Do not throw the pen. Welcome back to Fantasy 1.0. Today I'm going to do a mock draft way too early in the season. All sorts of stuff's going to change, but it's going to be lots of fun anyway.
Put your seatbelt on and yield for the apocalypse, yeah. It's the apocalypse, yeah.
So it's draft time, so I'm going to do a mock draft way too early in the season, but we're just going to, you know, these are good to do, by the way. I'm going to use Fantasy Pros, which is an amazing website, link below. So this is just, I like to do as many of these as I can leading up to, as I say it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a fantasy football, baseball nerd, but I am. So I do a lot of these right up into draft season and even during draft season, just to sort of get a feel for who's around who and who I want. And you do like 10 or 20 of these, and I just find drafts a breeze at that point because you kind of know where everybody is in the vicinity of everybody else, who you can wait a bit for and who you have to reach for. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do as you can see on my screen here, so our screen here, it's one quarterback, two running back, three wide receiver, one tight end, one flex position that isn't a quarterback. Heck, we'll throw in defense, special teams, and kickers, even though I think they're ridiculous, and 6 bench spots. So 12-team league. Did I mention? I think I mentioned PPR. Okay, so I'm going to randomize the draft position right now. I'm going to hope I get one, but I probably won't. And I got ninth. Ninth sucks, in my opinion. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the draft. So, and as you can see, it's pretty cool. They actually take you through. They give you a suggestion as to, you know, hey, do you want to pick this guy? And so on. So just to give you sort of a walk through the interface here. Here's your overall. So this is who, you know, these are who've been drafted. And this is who are available, and then it's all broken out by position as well. Remember, I go typically and try to zig when they zag, remember, and so on. So if people are dropping, you can always change your strategy, but I tend to go very running back, wide receiver heavy early in the draft. And sort of if the running backs are going, you know, really quickly, then I'll be popping over to wide receiver and vice versa. Tight ends, quarterbacks typically come later, and kickers and special teams, I'm not even going to talk about them. It's ridiculous to even talk about them. Okay, so I'm going to look in here. So as you can see, they make some recommendations here. Don't spend too much time with this. Look down here and look at what you want and what you need for your team, especially when you get later in the draft and you've got gaps, you've got positions that you need to fill. Kind of a no-brainer here in my opinion. I'm going to pick OBJ. So I've got a wide receiver off the board now. It's going to snake me back. So now I'm sitting here and I've got some options. Let's see what's going on over here. So let's open these guys up. So I'm going to open up the running backs. I'm going to open up the wide receivers. Because these are the guys I want to kind of keep an eye on at first. So I got Kareem Hunt here, which I'm kind of surprised he's still there. I've got Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans. So I think I'm going to go, yeah, let's not spend too much time on this. So I'm going to take Kareem Hunt. I think he's going to get a large share of the backfield. I think he's a little bit overvalued. To me, honestly, I think it'd be a toss-up between him and Melvin Gordon. But that's fine with me. So now this one here, this is going to kind of, see, I love Larry Fitz. I love Diggs. I love Thomas. I kind of want, I want to worry about floor too, though. So, and I hate to be the guy that I'm just going to take the highest rank one, but I am. I'm going to take Fitzgerald here. Because again, I'm building that floor. I'm building these safe superstar players. I don't want to take the risks early on. I want to get the high risk, high reward guys later. But again, if an opportunity arises in there and you see somebody falling, you got to jump on it. Just zig when everybody zags. I think that's almost rule number one, except for use your brain. Joe Mixon, I don't want anything to do with. Amari Cooper, I don't want anything to do with. So here we go. I won't be taking the first guy off the board right there. This is who I'm taking here. I'm taking Kenyon Drake. Yeah, absolutely I'm taking Kenyon Drake. So if he's not here, you just search for him. You got to learn how to spell him. No, there he is. So where the guy? Yeah, whatever. 15% of people agree. That's fine. I want him. I think he looked amazing last year at the end of the season. So now I've got, I think, a pretty decent stable of running backs. I'm going to want to, probably have my eye a little bit more on wide receiver now, but let's just see, because things start to get a little bit sketchy, right? Around this part. And then okay, so no QBs will be off, except, yeah, we got one off the board here. Let's go down to tight ends too. Let's just open it up and just sort of see what's there. And remember, I do not care about these guys. That can be right to the end. So, okay, so we've got some tight ends going off the board too. I could still hold off a little bit and grab one of these more scrubby guys a little bit later on. I like to stream them. I like to find the best opportunity, grab them week to week. And I find by week 5 or week 6, you actually probably are rolling with a pretty decent tight end. If you're conscious of it and if you're keeping an eye out at who's out there, you get a decent tight end that has one bad week and somebody just drops. And you'd be shocked who drops players so early in the season that have such high draft pedigree. So, look for these. Again, I'll talk about this later in my waivers episodes, my waiver wire management episodes, but just always keep your eye on what's going on out there because people do some crazy dumb stuff. I don't know. In the end, that's another thing. Don't drink and drop players because I think that's what these guys are doing. So Wilson, still way too early for me for these guys. So now Rashad Penny's caught my eye. Dylan Lewis is not. Darius Geis, I don't know. So I'm going to go, let's just get this show on the road here. So I'm going to take Rashad Penny. I'm going to grab him for Seattle. I think he's got a good kick at the can at being the number one back. I like Corey Davis too, though. I really like Corey Davis. Let's see what else we got on wide receivers. That's another thing that's nice is you go down and see what else is out there. Like, can I hold off a little bit? Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take Penny. That's a toss up though for me. All right. So I got my flex spot is filled. All right. So who am I gonna play with now? Well, see, I waited around. I still have Corey Davis, so I think that's the guy I'm gonna take. I think I'm gonna take him over Crowder. See, now you're getting a little bit. Like, what am I now? I'm around. Why did that take me so long? I'm in round 5. Round 6. So this is where you can kind of start. Okay, hopefully I've laid a foundation of these high floor, high ceiling players, and now I can start sort of playing around a little bit. So yeah, I do want Corey Davis. I want to see what he's got this year. So boom, I filled out my starting wide receivers as well. Another thing down over here on buys. Okay, so you're gonna hear a number of strategies. I think it's secondary. I ignore buys. I let the chips fall where they may. I worry about the players and who I'm picking. I know some guys are like, well, I want everybody to go to buy in week 7, and then I'll just have a terrible team, and I'm going to throw that game. And just don't bother with that stuff. Don't worry about buys at all. If you start seeing, okay, wait, everybody's like, see, I got a couple of week 9s in there, and let's just say I got a whole bunch of week 9s on my bench. Yeah, maybe some reason to worry, but not enough for me to change my pick or anything along those lines. Okay, so back at it. Let's go in here. Let's see who I like. Again, I'm sort of still playing with overall. I don't want Dylan Lewis. I don't want Mark Ingram. Darius Geis, Ronald Jones. I saw Randall Cobb too. No, I'm going to grab another one of these rookies. I want that sort of high reward, high upside. So I'm going to take Geis for Washington. I think they're going to have a pretty good offense this year. And then hopefully I can hang around and maybe I'll still see Randall Cobb on the way back. I'd like him too. All right, so I got Darius Geis. I'm happy about that. I don't want anything to do with Ingram. No, Lewis is falling too. That's good. Yeah, so Fantasy Pros, this is an awesome app to go in and do the drafts because it's not the same every time. It's not the same experience every time. So, oh no, here I am. Look at this rookie land here. I got Ronald Jones, got Royce Freeman, got Marlon Mack. Like, I don't exactly want a stable of running backs here, but anyways, this is just, and I have to remember, this is just a mock, so no huge deal. Okay, you know what? Forget it. Ronald Jones. Maybe I'll take a quick look at the tight end, see how I'm looking there, though. But still, no. See, I don't want a tight end. Let me show you the tight ends that we got down here. I don't want Kyle Rudolph over this guy. I know who he is, Yeah, forget it. I'm going to take him. We're going to call it the rookie running back team, but hey, let's see how it goes. All right. I don't want nothing to do with Jordan Reed. Okay, so maybe I'm looking at Aguilar. Let's see what's going on with quarterbacks right now. How far down are we in quarterbacks? So we're not looking too bad. I think I want to keep going. It's really what I do is like when I get off the wide receiver running back merry-go-round or ride, and then I start going to the other guys. I see what else is there, and how long I can kind of hold out for. I got quite a few running backs at this point, though, so if I can find myself a wide receiver, I might be happy with that. I don't think there's much, though. I think I might have to grab Aguilar. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab Stafford. I'm grabbing Stafford. Maybe I can get Aguilar back on the way back. Yeah, and I did. Okay, so now I got Rashad Matthews and I got Nelson Aguilar. It's a kind of a depth play, but you know what? I'm going to take Aguilar too. Obviously a good offense. So I got my quarterback out of the way. It's going to start getting pretty dirty in tight end land. So let's see what I got. Let's see what I got in tight ends. I might just have to grab a guy to start with. So I got Eifert. Don't want to touch him. Kittle. That's a guy that, see, once if I let that go. I mean, people talk Vance McDonald, but I don't know. I'm not a fan. I don't think so. So you know what? I'm grabbing Kittle. I'm going with Kittle. All right, so boom, my tight end spot is filled up here. Okay, so I got 3 more bench spots before I worry about these yahoos right here. So this, this is where you start playing with Phil Rivers. We got Cam Meredith, who I like a lot for his value. Let's see what else we got going on here. So we got Rivers. Okay. Oh, and then we got Gallup too. Do that high upside. Let's play the high upside game. He could be a bit of a target hog in Dallas. A lot of opportunity there at least. So, yeah, I'm going to grab him. Okay, cool. So, here I am. I've got 2. Oh, see, and Cam Meredith came back around for me again. Let's see what else. No, let's just see what's going on in the running back land here. If there's anybody that I... No. Corey Clement, people are all over him. I'm not. I mean, I think he's interesting, but LT, Dixon, like this, there's just... We're in scrubland here now. Okay, cool. That's fine. Because I've got... I'm going to grab Cam Meredith then. That's a good pick right there. And I'll bet you I'll get Mark Ryan coming back around. Yeah, I do. Okay, so this is it's not a very deep bench. I might consider grabbing another quarterback. Ooh. Or do I want to grab Calvin Ridley? Somebody good off the bench here. Or somebody with some high upside, I should say. Let's see what we got. Let's just go in through once more. Oh, we got Paul Richardson down there too, though. I got a lot of rookies now, though. Okay. I am going to grab... I got to back up what I say. I say I think Paul Richardson might have a good year. So I got to pick him. All right, so here we go. That's one thing. Another draft rule, some early draft strategy for you, is trust your gut. If you see somebody that you don't think is valued how they should be, you think they're supposed to be better, then go get them. Go get the players that you want. Don't listen to everybody else, because everybody's going to be sort of like flies like a light going to the same thing. Bugs to a light. So if you see something that you don't think other people see, you can go after that, because there's, your gut's telling you something, and you should use that to differentiate where you're going and where everybody else is going. Quick rant right there, but that's it. Okay, so here he is. And I kind of like Calvin Ridley too, but I got a lot of running. I got quite a few rookies sitting in there. Okay, so Paul Richardson it is. And that's it. And you know what I'm not even going to do? I'm not even going to do the service of picking a defense, special teams, or a kicker. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I'm done. So that's your draft. So let's look it over. So we got Matt Stafford at quarterback. Now, again, that guy's probably going to be getting flipped in and out. I'll be doing a little bit of streaming, depending on how aggressive guys are in keeping 2 quarterbacks on their bench. 1 quarterback on the bench, 1 starting. I got Kareem Hunt, Kenyon Drake, so I'm pretty happy with that. OBJ, Larry Fitzgerald, Corey Davis. And if Davis isn't working out, when you go down here, I got quite a bit of depth at wide receiver. I got 4 different guys on the bench here, and then again I got rookie land here, right? So I got Hunt and Drake, but then down here I got Rashad Penny, who's forecasted to start. Darius Geis, Ronald Jones, so 3 rookies. A lot of risk there, but there's a lot of roll with that too. So I picked that near the end. Overall, I'm happy with my team. And again, you just do this more and more. It gets to be sort of like muscle memory and repetition. And then you've got in your mind, who you think is going to be overperforming their ADP and who's going to be underperforming their ADP, and you're going to draft accordingly. So remember to practice your mock drafts. It's a simple one right there. Do you like the players I picked? Do you not like the players I picked? Message me below and tell me. We can have a spirited debate. And also, because this was so much fun, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to this video, because I'll probably be doing mock drafts. I'll do several more on the way as we lead up to draft season. I'm also going to be doing videos, obviously, on preseason and what's happening and how these position battles are playing out. And then, boom, once we kick off the regular season, we're going to be doing waiver wire management, managing your team on the bye, who to start, who to sit, how to orchestrate a trade so you win. And I don't want to say they lose, but you don't want to help them too much. You want to help yourself. Okay, yeah, so subscribe too, and we'll talk later. Also, for my baseball fans, I know I've been sort of shifting over to, well, first of all, we're MIA for a little bit, but we're back on. But we're shifting a little bit more to football content, as you can see. If you want to go back to some baseball too, again, drop me a message and let me know. Let me know what you want to talk about too, and we'll put something up for you. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.